Doing all right. How you doing, Becker, man? All right. So we'll get right into this. Just getting set up. Comics are dead, is what I searched. I watched an interesting video from Journo today, and it just made me think. Like, I've seen this reoccurring title. The death of comics, the truth about the comic industry. Drying will shock you. The comic industry is truly dead now. Death of comic cons, or cons dying. Why comics and mangas are thriving. Why comics are dying and mangas are thriving. Police release comic story, it's cause of death. The fuck? Why everybody's wrong about the comic market? Look, I got Collector Geek popped up in my algorithm. Check those comics and dollar bins ASAP. Top 10 characters are dead. Oh, we got Swaggle Fraggle popped up in the algorithm. Okay. So I watched. Let's just look at my history. Okay. So I am shouting out journos. I watched about, I don't know, half hour of a stream today.
Town Hall 17 in Clash of Clans is now available on both mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Unleash the
YouTube. We are live, man. What is going on, everyone? YouTuber or, comicbook.com or whatever source to report
Turn my
on these
mic
video
up.
games.
What
And
up,
then
Birdman?
They think
Audio.
that the IPs in comic books are going to be
No, so my volume is not as loud as I'd like it to be.
Like I
Turn
said,
this
live
down.
action, option, video game. And it went from there to people coming at me. And me
Okay, so
saying,
I watched this stream earlier today, right?
the modern floppy is on life support. Now,
all right.
many people,
so what I figured out from what I saw from the stream,
and I'm still
right,
collecting data, and I'm still going to do a full-on show with this, and I have a couple of guests. And
is that go subscribe to Journos. I think he has some very. I mean, he says things are facts. I like to stay away from the word facts.
That I have right now.
And he ain't the only guy that said this. Okay, this is just the most current one. I figure I shot his out because this shit was. I understood some of the shit he was saying. It wasn't as blatant as others. Others will just say it's dead, and then they won't have anything to support what they're saying. Journo's actually brought up some good points. Now, I stay away from the word facts. He likes to say facts. I guess there's facts. I don't understand facts. Do y'all understand facts? I feel like once you feel like you understand something and you think it's the only way you can answer something, that's where you fuck up, because a lot of things get proven wrong that people think are facts. So I don't like facts. That's just me. I don't think y'all hear me say facts a lot, but it's I think I understand. The best point he brought up, in my opinion, was that, like, a normal print run for a book these days on New Comic Book Day is like 40,000. You ain't doing anything, Becker. You can hop in. I was gonna hop on Spidey's, but there's just too many fucking people in there for me to really get my jollies off. So I just started my own stream. Shout out to Spidey. All right. So what I'm saying is, I get what he's saying. Like, modern New Comic Book Day books, there's not many of them being sold. 40, 100,000, 200,000. Like, there's 100,000 people in major cities. There's thousands of cities, right? So I understand the New Comic Book Day print run being low. And I understand that Marvel and DC they're not making most of their money off of fucking comic books. Okay. I'm starting to be a believer in that. I don't think that they make most of their money off comic books. I think they make most of their money off of licensing. And licensing meaning like product deals with maybe toys is their biggest draw. I think they make more money off toys, which the action figure scene is kind of dropping too. But what I'm saying is like licensing, not just toys, video games, movies, TV shows, shit like that. I think they probably do make more money off of that than just regular fucking floppies. I don't know. It's probably been that way for a while. What's up with the trend of people saying comics are dying? You're not going to, I don't think you'll see me, unless I'm joking, say that comics are dying or dead. That's everybody's individual taste or opinion. They want to fucking say they're done collecting, they're done collecting. You know? That don't mean everybody quits. So, everything's getting to be easier to own digitally than physically. I feel like if you could digitally have a comic come for the same amount of money without shipping charges or anything mailed to your house, you would pay for that comic to come to your house. I think that should be the future. I think we got cut out the brick and mortars. I think we need to stop having to go to these fucking scumbag LCS owners. No, I'm not saying mine's a scumbag or everybody else's, but a typical job of an LCS owner is not something without flaw. Like there's a lot of flaws that could be done in the LCS shop. I never understood why we couldn't just order our own shit. We could order almost everything and have it mailed to us. So I hope that could be something that would happen instead of the option of just digital, right? Because at the end of the day, like you can get digital websites for free. If y'all don't know, like I read for free. I don't even download the apps. I just fucking Google search shit and I use it. But I actually get it from other people. This way I get my digital. Someone will send me a link. I'll click it. I don't download the app and I'll read it. So I can't argue that comic books ain't selling tremendously high. I can't say that the industry isn't dying. Maybe that's why. Now, whenever people point at back issues and say the comic books are dead and dying and shit, I think that's fucking ridiculous. Back issues are worth money. Fucking back issues are awesome ways to invest in having something to sit back on. I feel like if you only buy new books, then it's going to be hard to feel like you have anything worth money. And I get it. When the market's down, the back issues die down too. The value in those go down. There were more prints with most of the books that we like that are key. I'm not saying there's more books on census for CGC or whatever, but in the Bronze Age and Silver Age, they printed significant amount of fucking books. So it's changed. Like I get the argument if there's ASM 300s, there's millions of copies or whatever. I get the argument of there's a ton of Hulk 181s, right? Even though there could be 250,000 Hulk 181s, that's not going to change the value of the book. Like, there's only so many you can get, and they're all going to be worth a lot of money, you know? So a lot of books are not as affected as much as other ones. I've said this from the beginning. What up, Loke? Like, I'm not a new I have a pool. I believe in new comic book day books. I like to have some fresh new content. I like to read. What up, JSS? Good to see you. Okay, let's see what Loke says. You don't own digital. You have access until due to credit card money. Yeah, that's just like if you have a game on a digital system, as long as you're paying for your internet and you keep your fucking passcode, you can have it, but it can go away. I think fan keys are dying. I don't know what fan keys, FAN, I don't know what that means. But they might be dipping, but they're going to hold more value than a new book. A lot of them, even if that means $10 to $20, like at least they hold a little bit of value. I think what I was going to say about journo's video is it depends on your definition of worthless. Are the books going to be worth less? Sure, that's very likely. Now, if you're saying worthless in the definitive mode of not worth anything, it's not true. You could take almost any comic and sell it for 5 to 10 cents. Like, that's not hard. Even $1. You know, like most of them are worth at least $1. So when I hear worthless, I wonder what their description of worthless means. When you're saying comic books are dying, you should be more specific and say new comic book day books are dying. And he said that there's a difference between back issues and new comic book day books. So shout outs to him. These are things I'm nitpicking, but he had some good points. A lot of these guys will say this shit and they'll just be completely like bashing back issues and new books. They'll be saying, you should have sold them years ago. You should get rid of them now. Shit like that. I don't think he's saying that. I think he's just saying that one day the new comic book day books might be gone. And he's not saying within 5-7 years, but eventually. And I don't know if I could argue against that. Like, I can't say I could. But even saying that, I don't believe the new comic book day books are worthless ever. Like, look at what happened with Spawn. Okay. Besides the fact that it's $1 cheaper than every other book, like I'm not even going to bring that up. I'm saying back whenever Spawn was a low print run, like the late 100s and mid 200s, right? Think about that Spawn. They had what, 1,000 to 10,000 prints of a lot of those books, and Spawn almost wasn't making as much money as they usually do, right? Collectors want the books that people weren't buying. So to say like a book's a low print run don't exactly equal up to not collectible. Very collectible. That's what I think right now. The more I think like they're going to be gone, they might kill the run, shit like that. Like, I kind of like those, especially if it's a character I like. Like, if it's a very low, like when I was collecting West Coast Avengers and it was the first Jeff the Land Shark, I knew nobody was buying it. I knew it was a niche collector run to get. So I enjoyed it because I'm a Gwenpool fan. Now, Jeff Landshark's a big book. I always say, go get your fucking Gwenpools. Jeff is a small part of her universe. The potential for Gwenpool is so much higher. I understand the whole cartoon ability and all that shit, but you got to think like this is a main woman character that's fun. You know, like there's a lot of fucking potential for that too. I'd say even bigger than a sidekick character. I get you could turn them into Rocket and all that shit, but yeah. So I collected West Coast Avengers. It's a small thing. Now they're worth a lot of money. So even with today's ASM, what up circumstances? Even with today's like ASMs versus the Spider-Man run, Ultimate Spider-Man, the fucking ASM are selling less. So if something would happen, I feel like that's what collectors look for. You know, they look for those low print joints. It's an interesting thing. So the only part that they're halfway right about is the new books. I don't want to hear the shit about the old books being worthless or not collectible and shit like that. Comics aren't dying before I go, so I don't give a fuck. Okay. That's a valid opinion. What up, GT Key? Iron Spider. Agree, yes, a bit more, but I think we understand the overall concept of valuation. I agree with you 100%. That's cool, JSS. Yeah, the fucking new books, they got a little argument there. I've never been on the new book bandwagon. I hope they never go away. If I was any media collectible I enjoy, it's always the floppy. Give me the floppy give me physical over digital all day. I'm always going to be that way. But I ain't going to sit on a soapbox and be like, you fuckers are wrong. Like, New Comic Book Day books could go away. Like, I can't promise they won't. But I could pretty much tell you, as long as there's a fucking economy, there's going to be some fucking maniacs wanting to get big books. And now that it's blown up and we got like, you got to think about it, dude. Like, before the MCU came, all we had to brag about for movie-wise shit was not much. Like, Marvel movies, the original Captain America, there was Spider-Man TV show. Shit was trash. Now we got like good, entertaining shit that we could say, look, that happened. It was beautiful. Comics were booming. You know, besides fucking Christopher Walken's and Batman, they did their thing. Don't get me wrong. But Marvel was shit in the bed for years. And now it's good. So, I can't see how back issues are ever going to not be. I'm here to tell y'all, like, comic books ain't dying. Comic books are very valuable. There's all types of comic books that are super valuable. Maybe some of these collectors are just a little too much pessimists, and they want to say they're done because they're not doing that good in a hobby. They might have fucked up. They might not be doing like making money off of fucking the way they collect, is what I think. Whenever I start hearing people spout out, oh, comic books are dying. Oh, this fucking book went from being a $700 book to a $300 book. Oh, well, dude. Oh, fucking well, bro. I need something to drink. I didn't think that far. I'll be right back. Comic books are very expensive. Everybody knows what everything is damn near now. We know every key. We know every minor key. We know all different types of things about these books that people didn't know as much before. People are always going to collect what they want to get. If they run across it, they're going to fucking want it. No matter if it's a $5 book or $100 book. It your wants are your values. I just spent $115 on a FF Annual 2. Some people would think that's silly. Some people would think that, oh, $100 on a funny book. Why would you do that? I wanted it $100 worth of want. 20 times more than $5. I wanted that book. So I've looked at prices on that book in certain grades. 0.5s go for $200 to $250. Incomplete slabs. 0.5. As long as your book's complete and it don't have a spine split all the way down the motherfucker or missing pieces, it's going to be a higher grade than a 0.5. If you're lucky, you can get a complete copy for like $80. It's probably going to look like dog shit. There'll be collar touch missing. Or if you're real lucky, you can get a decent looking, almost mid-grade for $100. So that's what I fucking did. The guy had it labeled a 2.5. He didn't say it was complete. He had a 100% approval rating. I looked at all of his other books just to see if he would list missing pages. I saw one book that said missing pages. He marks most of his books 2.5. And I was looking at the books, and they're higher ranked than 2.5. Annuals, you tend to run across more cases of missing pages than you do a bronze or silver book, just because they had more splashes in them. So it was a little nerve-wracking buying one. But after seeing the way he ranked everything, if I get this book and it's a decent copy, it's probably going to be like a 4. And I'm going to probably be very happy about buying from that guy. I feel like more than likely that's the way it's going to be, because he had a lot of books that look better than 2.5. I'll just show y'all. All right. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. What up, Darth? I see we got a few more people popping in the chat. I was interested in seeing what y'all thought about I saw the video with Journo earlier, and it made me think of all of the people that said comic books are dying or dead. And I wanted to shout out Journo's video. I want y'all to go check him out. Two. Now, if I think Melody's cooking. Yeah, she's cooking. I'm fucked. I'm toast. Unless I can eat while I talk to y'all. Trying to figure out how I'll just do it on my damn phone. It's easier that way. You know, you don't have to be a genius to figure shit out, right, guys? There's ways of doing things without breaking your brain open, or you could give up. I could just give up. Like I don't know how to do it. No, I'll figure it out. Even if I gotta physically show you motherfuckers. So there's a lot of people titling videos to death. Books are dying. Comic book industry's dead. And then there's there's people that'll put up books that are absolutely worth a ton of money. FF48, GSX, Hawk 181. They'll put in their thumbnail, comic books are going away. Values are gone. Shit like that, and then they'll put like X's through it, and that shit, some reason that has been irking me in our comic book community. They know damn well those books are worth money. You know they are. If you want to talk about what's negative for the comic book community and what's good or bad for comics, that's fucking bad. Okay? That's bad. I don't care what your just the fucking 2 seconds of somebody seeing your thumbnail and seeing that that's something people might believe. That's not good. That's a bad thing to represent the community. Am I wrong? I think I'm absolutely right on that. So, you should thank people that do good content. And you should appreciate people that fucking are doing good for the comic book community. But whenever you see people put titles up that says that these back issues are worthless or ain't worth nothing, then I feel like they're doing harm more than they're helping. And it's starting to get to a point where everybody just let it slide. We let it slide. It's just clickbait, bro. It's just clickbait, bro. Yeah, well, it's clickbait that's making people think that, oh, maybe I shouldn't sell this shit. Maybe I should get rid of it. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit, because we should just be celebrating the goodness of there's nothing but good in owning a good old-fashioned book that's worth a lot of money, dude. That's the American fucking way, dog. And for you to go, I don't care if your content says it is good, you make a thumbnail that looks like that, dude, you're out of your fucking mind, bro. I don't believe anybody. They're not buying books at top dollar, because the people that bitch about it are the exact people that would never fucking do that kind of shit, dude. All right. So this guy right here, right? I'll show you all the 2.5s. This guy's got, hold on. Okay. Sellers, other items. Here we go. Yeah, dude, they're all like 2.5s. Look, Fantastic 430, 2.5. Fantastic 461, 2.5. What does 2.5 mean to y'all? It means complete and in fairly good condition.
Sorry, don't
usually, at the very least. Where'd you get the fries from?
I bought them.
Oh, cool. You got this one at a 1.8. Right? Another 2.5. This one's a 3.5. So I feel like this guy just a very modest. They're all around, 4.5. There's a 3.0. There's a 3.0. There's a 2.5. All these older books, they're not in high grade. They might be a little higher grade than what he's putting on, though. There's a 2.5. He just ranks everything very low and modestly. So I looked at all that. And I'm like, that's probably complete. I didn't want to email him. I might fucking pay for that later, but it's however a good buyer market for the time being. That's all. You're right, Biggie. A lot of fake news going on. Yeah, bro. What up, Synthetic Panel? Dude, I get so sick of now whenever you have good support on what you're claiming, that's good. Like, I like what at least Journo's had some good shit where he's like, fucking New Comic Book Day books aren't selling like they were before. It's a very small amount of people buying them, and it could go away. True. Like I said, the definition of worthless, people kind of play with that. They talk in facts. I don't believe in saying facts. I don't think that there's much facts, maybe besides a few things, opinions ain't facts. Me saying this is the way it's going to be, that's a fact. That's bullshit. Like, that's not the way it's going to be. So I don't know. What do y'all think, dude? Let me read some of these comments. Scroll. It's a good discussion. Go eat your food. Every now and then we get some retroactive continuity, and that fabricates a book that was not a key book. Oh, good. Dark's here. Collectors collect regardless of price. Oh shit, he's a big digital guy, so you guys can see what he's got to say. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm going digital.
you're going digital on us. So Darth, he's been saying he's gonna go fucking digital. Yeah,
Man.
I'm mad at you, but you're still gonna get your fucking 181.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna go get back a 120. I'm gonna go get a 129, and I still want to hunt to flip. For me is like the way I collect, the way I do second prints and third prints and fourth prints, and I read indies, I read Marvel. Dude, I had to curve my what I was spending about 2 3 months ago to get it under $100, and I barely get it under 100. Sometimes today I went to my LCS, I paid $90, and I got another about 80 that I left in my box. See what I'm saying? To me, it's economical. I got a family of four. I'm not in a certain tax bracket. The way I collect, it's just too expensive. But I think in time, in 10 years, 15 years, bro.
Yeah, you collect significantly a lot more than I do for New Comic Book Day. I personally, I know my limits.
Yeah.
I'll be lucky if I get a comic book every week. Sometimes I get 2 or 3, but usually my pool costs around $10 to $20 a week.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm almost done with it. Like I used to pull shit like $20-$40 a month or a week. I was getting a lot more books. Now I'm just like, oh, I can only afford $10 to $20 maybe a week,
Yeah. I think that I kind of agree with him, bro, that like our generation starts to phase out because okay, and I was talking about this in a Discord with the with some of the fellas, some of the OGs. Like it just depends on how you collect. $3.99, $4.99, $5.99 for a book, dude. You know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
could literally get
So,
fucking
how does
like
a kid collect comics? Let's say, Viggy, your son was 15 and into comics, and let's just say you're not. And let's just say hey dad, can you buy can I get $25 to $30 for my comics this week? And you're like, you know what, in your head, all right, son, yeah, you can. You've been good. I can afford it. Yeah, here you go. He comes to you next week. Hey, pops, can I or mom, can I get my 30? I need like
yeah.
$30 for my comics. I just gave you 30 last week, son. And let's just say you do it. And then he comes to you next week. Can I get 25? And you're like,
Yeah.
wait, that's $100 already, right? Like in a month. And
I mean, being a parent, you kind of spend that much on a weekly basis on fucking toys. Seems that way.
yeah.
Fucking Melody's yelling at me like her money ain't my money too. But yeah, okay. But yeah, you get them gifts and shit like that. And
Snacks.
I would be. I mean, I'm not proud of all of it. Yeah, snacks and fast food, all that. But like, I was happy when he was getting rocks. Rocks ain't really worth shit. I'm not saying invest in rocks, but at least he keeps them. Right now, he's into plushies. I know those are dust in the wind, dude. 5 years from now, we'll be dying to get rid of them. Comics, you can kind of keep them. So I'd kind of be happy with that,
Yeah. Like I like what Synthetic just said. But at the same time, like I do believe that the flippers and whatever you want to call them, they kind of keep the market alive, and I do believe that variants kind of help sustain some of the LCSs. And then here's another thing. So here's the thing: what pisses me off, like so I go to my LCS and I have another subscription with a big store in Chicago, and I'm already doing too much as it is with that, right? That's like I should only order for one store, but I do it because my LCS misses a lot of shit. So I even called ahead, yo, hey man, it's George. You got my Return of the Living Dead covers, specifically like the movie poster homage. She's like, oh yeah, they're here. I go over there and they're the wrong covers, and then I showed them, look, dude, it's right here what I ordered. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me look them up to see if I can get them. No, you can't, dude. They're Mark Spears. You can't get them. So he just gave me a 25 or 30. I think it was $30. Let's just say 25% off. the that's why it was only 80. See what I mean? So there's that. It
Yeah, I
kind
feel
of
you.
kind of turns me off, and it's really I just kind of overextend anymore, dude. You know, and that's just what it really is. And I'd rather go digital and just keep it simple for me. And fuck it, dude. I like to read, and if I could read all my Marvel on a fucking tablet, I would.
So
I
these are a lot of people in our little comic book world that we see. I didn't type in Swaggle House or Sticky Goose. I just typed in comic book market crash. That's all I typed in. First person you see is Swaggle House.
I don't really watch.
And
All
this
right.
this is the prototypical. These two thumbnails are almost exactly what I'm talking about. They're showing.
Oh, look, there's that piece of shit at the bottom.
I
I
mean,
don't.
isn't
I
this
know.
very similar? They both got arrows going down and big major keys, right?
Well, there's truth to that. Again, okay, so that's 181 is now affordable for somebody like me.
Yeah, and so is
All the way up
GSX,
to
but
a
that don't
five
mean it
volt,
ain't a very expensive comic.
huh?
That don't mean it's not a very expensive comic. It's a very expensive comic.
It is. I think the market is stabilized, but we're not in a bubble anymore. I think the market is where it should be. And I only came back into the hobby again 2015. And I wasn't shopping for 181s then. Unfortunately for me, I started shopping for 181s in the pandemic. It was too late then, right? Okay, so I understood that and I never got one because I knew or felt what we're going through, it's not sustainable. It's gonna pop. And it
So
already popped. And the 181s are affordable.
so we
Like,
got Nerd Sync here. I've heard of them. Why collecting comics ruined the industry. That's such a fucking stupid title.
but
Um,
those are what you're talking about, right? They throw on that for clicks and views. It's like if you add drama and whatever else to a thumbnail, it's gonna hit. These
comic
things.
book shops are dying. Can they be saved? That's almost realistic to me. That's almost.
That's when he was little chubbier, huh? That piece of shit.
I wish I was chubby like that. That's skinny as fuck to me.
Fuck that. What's that?
80s nostalgia comics has officially crashed. Are you fucking for real? That's fucking dumb. There's no way that it'll never crash. Reggie collects. Will the market crash? Okay.
He's back, ain't he? I
I
didn't
think
watch
he
it.
might be. I saw a thumbnail or a thing.
I saw his Punisher. It was kind of funny what he did. His Punisher. He's at the gun range and shit, dude. Oh, look. One of my favorite Canadians.
Yeah, we got Alan. He's saying the market is the market. Alan ain't fucking. He's one of the most wholesome fucking guys you'll run across, but he's not excluded from this list of people that kind of make these little titles. He brought up Swaggle House Comic Book Index update. That's kind of interesting. That was a year ago.
Nobody wants these. Everybody wants those books. They're just affordable now. I think somebody said that, and I agree. I did think, thank goodness I didn't, but I think some people overpaid in the pandemic. A lot of people did, bro. And I think those people are butthurt now, and half of them we don't even know who they are, or 80% of them we don't really know who they are.
Readers and collectors are two different things today. Readers should just go digital and collect keys.
Yeah. Yes.
This will hurt the sellers, but welcome to today.
Yeah, facts.
We always talk about the market and the hobby, but we really need to specify readers, investors, speculators, collectors. They're different groups and are doing different things.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the readers always get like this holier than thou fucking vibe to them. They're like, "Oh, I'm a reader. I'm just a fucking read. You don't read your comic. I'm a reader. Yeah, you read, but that don't mean collectors don't read too, motherfucker. Like collectors read.
We all have our lanes, bro, and I think that's what makes it so diverse and great. You know, many things to talk about. I like to read, bro, but I'm behind. But that's just me. But I like to read. I'm busy.
Yeah, I don't know every fucking thing. I've read my fair share of comics. Like I read a lot of fucking comics in my life, you know.
But I just look at the economics, bro. It's like, you know, look, dude. Okay, so remember I said I spent damn near 80 It should have been over 100, but he gave me a discount for fucking up my books second week in a row. You know,
Yeah.
I so half of the stack was Transformers reprints. See, that's where I have a problem, right? That's on me. Like I know, fuck, I'm overspending, but I have that addictive personality. Like I need to have every reprint for every issue of Transformers. I love that run so much. And I don't even do that for the GI Joes. See what I mean? So that's a problem I have, and I'm gonna stop that problem when I go digital. The only comics I'm gonna get will be Transformers, GI Joe, Void Rivals, and any indie books I'm reading that isn't Image, or Boom, because I'm not gonna go get digital for three different publishing companies because it still would be less money, but I'd still feel like I'm doing too much.
Hey, Darth, I'm gonna go rinse my hands off. I'll be right back, bro.
Oh, I gotta hold the fort.
Yeah, just hold her down for like 20
Oh, you
seconds.
should have made me big so I could show off books. Um, can I get a 9 in the chat if you even consider going digital at some point? Chat. Can I get a 9? Nueve. Well, I lost on the hunt yesterday. We did. We lost. Let me see.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't like. I hate leaving you
Yeah,
hanging.
synthetic. That's right.
So Dante says, "Hey Biggie, sorry I wasn't able to compete last night. So, what did you feel about your hunt experience? That was your first time on the hunt.
I think it was fun. I think it was fun. A lot of people, and I don't know, man. It like I didn't. It seemed like I think D was tired, bro. The champ didn't have that energy. I think home field advantage seemed like they had home field advantage, bro. I do, and I like if it's a popularity contest, I'm never gonna win, bro, because I got blown out of the water by Lady Fantastic, and I feel like I think I had some rarer books. I know they were modern, but like, come on now, nobody.
Well,
I mean, but these guys, like, the only reason I won, bro, or kept us alive, because I popped out the 2 McFarlanes, and had they been graded, had Boston Chris, or as I like to call him, Paul Pierce, had his shit graded, they might have voted against me just because we were in their home turf.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I'd definitely play again.
I'll tell you the truth, bro. It depended on who was counting the votes and who was refereeing it. Y'all might have won. I think y'all won, honestly.
I don't want to say nothing because I was kind of trying to count.
Yeah.
And I think Legend did accidentally vote twice.
Yeah.
But I can't go. There was somebody there that I thought that tied us, and Legend was the winning.
Well, you guys were ahead longer than they were, but as soon as they tied it up, they said they won. And then they voted twice and we got deducted a point. Well, they were doing that shit the whole fucking match. They waited till then to say, "Oh, now it's -1." I feel like at the very least it was a tie.
Right.
But I'm just being honest. Like there's no fucking way I'm gonna just be like, "Oh, it didn't happen." I mean, I'm just telling what I saw. So
right.
I hate for that to be your first experience. You always want to come away from it feeling.
No, I'd play again. I think it hurt us that the champ probably worked all day and had to hop on late.
Yeah,
I think that hurt us. And it was weird because I feel like Bleeker is like it's the homie. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, I gotta go against Bleak.
Yeah.
Under Dick, it's not like going against Bleak when he's a judge on the panel on your channel. This is going against Bleeker, like going against head on. And I knew he'd pop out the Ghostwriter book, and I knew that I didn't have anything because I'm starting to realize that a lot of collectors, it seems like, don't give a shit about the modern era. They want to see the books and the keys and the first appearances that a lot of people probably have, except me. Like, you know me, Biggie. All I need is 181, and it's a wrap.
Right.
So I'm not gonna pop out a fucking first Taskmaster or a a Doctor Doom because I don't really care, or I wouldn't mind having a Galactus though. I kind of like Galactus. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna pop out those books. I'm gonna stay within the modern era. Now I could pull out variants for books that I read, but I already know that that's not gonna do anything for the chat, right? Chat
Well,
over here is all about fucking copper, silver, bronze, and all that.
as long as you go into it saying, I'm not going to fucking bitch about how the rulings at the end of it are. That's the hardest part for me is the judging of it. If it, I don't mind losing. If it's a clean loss, I fucking lost. If it's close and it's questionable, it feels a little harder to accept. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you got to go in there and say, I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, bro.
Right. So I'm
Definitely.
glad they enjoyed it. I'm glad that me losing can make them happier. And that's how it goes sometimes. If they would have lost and I would have won and made me happier, I would hope that they felt the same way. So I'm happy for them. Shit like that. And that's just the way it went,
It was fun, 100%. I mean, I stayed up too late because after that, dude, I was already in bed and I'm scrolling through YouTube and Razor McClay on with George. Then I popped on there until like 2 in the morning. Dude, I didn't go to sleep till 2. The only reason I got a little energy, I don't really do energy drinks, bro. But I had it like, I'm a pothead, so I'll wake and bake. So I went to sleep at 2 in the morning, got up at 5. Couldn't go back to sleep. I put on some soft jazz, some Sade to go back to sleep. Couldn't do it, bro. So I just got up, did some chores, cooked some breakfast early for the family.
That was nice of you. Oh.
Yeah, but I've been on zero
energy the whole day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I took a fucking Red Bull, and it got me up a little bit, took away my headache. Yeah, and then my wife's getting on me about yard work. Yeah.
You was up with Razor too, Derek. It looks like circumstances. I popped for the Sadie mention. What's Sadie? Do you know that? Sadie.
The singer, legendary singer, smooth operator.
Okay.
10,000. The other song, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So today I'm gonna hit the sack early, bro.
Yeah, I slept like till fucking 2. I got up a few times during the night, and like you, I was kind of like poking through my YouTube and Instagram, and I didn't sleep.
Plus, I wanted to see if there's any controversy popping up because there's some stuff bubbling.
There's always something bubbling, bro.
Involving the great Marcus.
Oh yeah, the circumstances going to get his hands dirty.
Oh, what you?
Go ahead. What did I say? What happened? I don't know what happened.
You saw his Instagram.
Oh, remember? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We don't gotta bring it up like that. But I'll just, I checked to see if any response.
That's he ain't responding to that shit. He might say something on a YouTube sparingly, but he knows that. Okay.
We don't got to.
No, I love it. No, I always will. Nobi went off with EVS last night. Who's EVS?
That's Ethan Van Scriver. That's that creator type. I don't know nothing about that world, dude. I don't go there. I mean, I ventured out our lane with the Vimy guy, the guy that had the back and forth with Daniel. But other than that, Ethan Van Scriver, that type of Comics Gate. I don't know too much about that. I don't really go down that lane.
I don't either, but I know Ethan Van Scriver. He's very popular. Was he hanging out with him?
And what's the other dude? The other comic creator, Eric Day. What is it, Eric? That is a whole other multiverse, Eric. I think it's Eric Gray. I don't know what it is, but Naomi does his thing over there. He that's what he is, and to me, that's the homie, bro. So
yeah, that's cool.
I do that selective politic, and that's one of my allies. So
okay, so circumstances and Sticky Goose. I don't think Slippery's looking for anybody in the community to scrum with because
No, no,
Not even of any fucking body,
no,
because
not with any of no, not with our multiverses like yours and no, I don't think so. I think he wants to, but not with us because it's 5v1, bro. You even pop out with some shit against any of let's just say the drama guys or battle content guys. Then it's not a fair fight no more. So I think he's
no.
that desperate for attention that he went on that side and caused up some ruckus so he can get some makes it exciting for him. Like
Good to see you, who that. Congrats on your win last night.
yeah. I was rewatching it. Um yeah, I don't know. The voting was all weird, bro.
No, we talked about that. We felt like it could have been a tie, but they got it. They won.
Home field advantage. So to me, I look at it like they got that one pass interference they probably shouldn't have got because they were at home.
Little Kansas City Chief winning, yeah, a little maybe something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good though, yeah. It's us. We still could congratulate. It takes a good. You gotta be a big person to be able to not let weird things. I was probably raised like you was. Like my mom always said, stick up for yourself. You feel better about it before you go to bed at night.
Look,
But
extra pair of
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Eye drop.
Yes.
At this point in life, I'm just like, if it makes everybody happy, I'm good. Like I'm not trying to defend every fucking time I go or whatever. I just want to chill sometimes, I have a lot of fun just fucking with them every now and then and fucking with y'all. So
I thought it was fun, bro. I'll definitely play again. I think I just showed my certain books too much. So the next time I play is gonna be a bunch of raw, modern variant type scenarios. See, that's why the second time, even though I think it was tactically wrong, I tried to lean in on like going against the judges because I felt that it's too biased against the modern era. Like, unless I put out a book of a good looking chick, Alan's not going to vote for me. D just don't vote for me, period. And whoever, you and Bleeker are more, you know what I mean? I can see you guys voting for me for a particular book because it's rare or
dude,
something
I
like
vote for you more than anybody. So
yeah,
Bleaker,
I keep count. It's you,
yeah,
Bleeker, Alan, and D. I don't think D's ever voted for me. Not one time.
These are tough cookies sometimes. Yeah,
Right.
I could see why you might think he wasn't into it, but just D showing up, dude, was very, very nice of him. Like, that was
Well,
just good to have some backup,
no,
So,
yeah. But I think
he did like message like y'all are beating us 4-1, ain't y'all won? And there was a couple weird things,
and he
but
was tired, big dog.
he won a fucking round. I didn't win shit. So if anybody was slacking, it was fucking me. I tried.
Barely won a round, bro. I think if I pull out because um he was waiting for me, bro. Paul Pierce was waiting. That's why he had those McFarlanes, bro. Because he's like, oh, I know you like those books, and he popped them out wrong. But again, okay, fine, you got it signed by the Top Father. That's dope. Then get it graded. You know what I mean? Then get the motherfucker graded.
Right.
Mine's 9492 versus your raw. That's not even it's over, bro. And the chat showed that. That kept us alive to get to the next to even make it a game.
Yeah, dude.
Not we were done, bro. We would have got blown out.
Yeah. Sometimes it's okay to lose because then you get a little sympathy points. It's almost like gambling. Like you play a game and you lose a lot, right? That win should roll a little easier, come back to you eventually. So you get a little sympathetic points or whatever. It's a whole fun thing, but you guys will, if you feel like doing it again, you do it again. I like on my channel, when I do it, like 5 books at a time, you feel like you at least played your hand more. Like when you're just showing one book, it's just like, for me, it's just like, shit, I only got to show 3 books. I'd rather show like 10 or 15. Let's get it on.
Hey, it's fun over there. It's fun on your channel.
Yeah.
I'll play it anytime. I think it's just fun, and it's fun to interact with the community. You get to know other people. You get to chop it up. It was a good time off stream, bro.
It
That's
always
when
is. Yeah.
that's when some good conversation. We're talking about the collection that was sold and all. That's fun and good conversation, bro. Because I was tired and trying to go to sleep, but every time I wanted to say goodbye, somebody will pop something up good, and it sent us on a tangent in the conversation. I like that engagement. I think tone is cool. I
Yeah,
like
I'm glad you got to meet Tony, dude. I spent a lot of time on YouTube with Tony. He's a really nice guy.
I like Boston Chris. Obviously, I
Mm,
like Who Dat. I've been on stream with Who Dat for a few
mm.
times. Comic Journey, and I just like hanging out with with the
Where the
community.
fuck has Comic Journey been?
He's probably on another break, bro. Remember, he
He,
takes
he,
those
he,
breaks.
dude, he fell in that rabbit hole with that girl so deep, bro. That motherfucker, you can't even find him pop up anymore. Like, where
Oh,
the fuck?
remember our last stream before he did the Insomniac. I think he's not ill, but like,
Oh,
he's
he's going through like family stuff. I keep forgetting that shit.
in a
Yeah.
little. Yeah. That's the homie. I can't. That's one of my favorite guys, bro. New favorite guys. Like you,
Well, I
Razor.
would bring him up if I didn't miss him, but it's just like it's
Yeah.
been a while, dude. Like, fuck,
Well,
come back and say hi.
like
Like,
me and McClay, we missed one like AOA. He's just a mod, but he's been around so long in the community. It's like when you've been around so long and you don't see somebody in the chat that you always see. It's like if we don't see Derek in 3 weeks. Where's Derek? Right? It's the same way with me and BK AOA. Where's BK at? Where's AOA? I'll just start message him on Instagram. Hey brother, ain't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well. God bless.
yeah,
Whatever. I do that with Journey, but Journey don't. He don't. He'll check his Instagram 3 months later and be like, "Oh man, my bad. I don't even check this. I don't check Instagram like that." So, but it's all good.
it is. Now, what I was saying earlier before you got here, I feel like whatever people make the thumbnails of the car market's crashed, the car market's dead, and they show like back issues. Now, if you're gonna say specifically like modern book print is low, that's okay because that's pretty much that's real. Like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, like 181's affordable, but it still ain't fucking cheap.
Well, compared to what it was in a bubble,
It's not worthless.
it will never be worthless. Just
That's
like
what I'm saying. Like for someone to make a thumbnail and put a 181 on their fucking picture,
that's for
and say,
clicks. That's like
and then we give them a slide and say it's clickbait, but it's bad for the comic book industry in a whole. When you do that, in my opinion, it's bad, dude.
that's why
Maybe.
I know the bubble popped already. I don't really even watch any of that stuff. It's like the Swaggle House type
But
content.
can you at least think? Do you think it's good or bad? It's not good.
Different. I'm neutral. I don't watch it enough to care.
Okay.
I would rather watch the guys that I watch. I would rather watch guys, men or women or whoever, talk about books that they're reading. Um, I would rather watch content on people making suggestions on books that I might want to read, that they would advise on reading. And I love drama. That's, hey man, whatever. That's my lane. That market stuff and even the variants, I don't even really watch none of that no more. I watch the top 10 because it's informative, and I may have one of those books. And I do like the top 10s, right? Because it's, to me it's good, because when I ever do go back hunting, I'm gonna like look for certain stuff. But all that market crashing and books are worthless, and I don't do too much of that. Like, I've been watching journals for a long time, so I'll watch his stuff. Um, some stuff I agree, some stuff I don't. But on this case, I do agree with them, bro. I think floppies are going to be
No,
gone.
I think that's what I pointed out is that some of the shit he was saying actually made sense. It was not.
It
It
did.
wasn't like most of the videos where they put a thumbnail and they don't back what they're saying. They just say, "Oh, the
Right.
market's down. The market's down, sure." It's not down. It ain't worthless. Like
Oh,
you know, when you title a video "dead" or "worthless," to me, definitively that means not worth shit. You know, it's not. It's not. It's bad to do because it might cost you money. You know, so
Have you ever seen a teenager read a fucking book right now? No, you see them in their phones, right? Okay, so what does that do with, again, it's a valid point he brings up. I'm 48 years old. In 10 years I'll be 58. 10 years is a long time. Okay, so what happens to a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old right now? Do you really think he's reading comics, bro? The only way he's going to read comics if he latches on by a father, a parent, a mother, parent, a mother, father, whatever, a best friend at school that reads comics. Hey, what's that? A comic book. It- I don't like he said, and it's true. Comic Tom said when he demolished Sticky Goose, nobody markets comics anymore, bro. There's no commercial for comics. You can only get them at comic stores and online. It's not like we were growing up. They were in 7-Elevens, Thrifties. They were almost everywhere on actual newsstands, bus stops. Other than that, nobody talks about comics but our community. So there's no marketing for them. These kids are on their tablets, bro. My boys are 5 and 4. They I don't know how they maneuver, but they maneuver. So what happens 15 years from now when a 15-year-old now is 20, like, or 10 years, a 15-year-old is 25. He didn't read comics back then. He ain't gonna read comics at 25. The tablets will be fucking super, dude. It might be fucking future shit. You might just pop open a tablet and it gets 3 dimensional on you, bro. You know what I mean? And you like he said, you can do all that shit with your finger like Iron Man. I think floppies are gone in 15 years. I know I said 7 on there in his chat, but maybe longer. And I don't care. I know, and I don't think it's self-sustainable if it's a niche market like records. But are they making records? If they're
dude,
making records, they're making records for a minority of people, like a minimal of people. It might be a
for
special thing.
I mean the print run of 40,000 to 100,000 is very low. Like that's nothing, bro.
And it's true that variants help. If nobody buys variants, bro, we're in a bad place. Like that is true, dude. Like I've heard that before, and he went into that. He did it in that other video, and he did it today.
And
I
it makes
stopped
sense.
buying variants because I can't afford it. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't.
Yourself
I
afford
can't
it?
predict the future and say it'll be gone, but the way it looks, my hope, Darth, is hopefully we'll eventually get an option, and instead of having LCSs being only people that could order books, we can order books maybe at a discount, maybe at full price. Maybe that's how they'll cover the price.
Yeah.
But if you have an option on your cell phone or on your fucking tablet to say, send me the physical copy or pay full price for digital, you could get it. That might work. That
I-
might work.
That's okay. So I was in a Discord with Ben. Yeah, I know you know Ben, right? Compton.
Yeah, sure.
And it was just me and him at the time, and we were talking about all that. I says the way they could keep it alive, if I pay Marvel Digital for whatever a year, they said, oh, you could have one free book or 2 free books every month. You pick, or you can get a special digital only uh, variant, right?
Mm.
But does that really keep it alive? No, that makes that makes it niche, and that makes it only anybody that gets digital could have this variant, and then you just sell it on eBay for triple the price.
The only way digital works is if they get red floppies. You have to extinct them because as long as we can get them, we're going to want those more than fucking digital.
Or like Synthetic said, if you really want to read and you're on a budget, then you just go digital.
Well, digital's free.
You can read it all.
You don't have to pay shit. Most people that read digital don't pay. They just fucking do it for free, bro.
Um, I figure if I pay, I'm supporting the whole monopoly, all of Marvel, and then it just goes down to like for floppies. I would look at it that way. But you can't, Biggie, you can't compare it for somebody like me to read. I read a bunch of Marvel. If I was just reading Marvel, I'd still be over $50, bro, every
Mm.
week, close to 100. And if I can read all that for one set price for 1 year, it's more economical for me. And the way I look at it, like if I'm going to go back to digging and all that, at least I'd be supplying the second market, which is helpful for the comic book community as a whole, right? Because you know you kind of support the hobby that way from the other
Well,
side.
that's funny you brought up supporting the comic book community or comic book industry. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like anybody that says it's dead and dying and they put a back issue on their fucking thumbnail, I think they're hurting. I don't care how much clickbait they get, how many subs they got. It's salacious content to where people have a negative tone about collecting comics. If you're really going to help the community, uh, that would be like one of the last things I would think you would say. So just because you have a YouTube channel, don't mean you're helping the comic book industry. You could have a YouTube channel and do nothing but doom and gloom and actually be hurting. A lot of these guys just don't do doom and gloom. They'll mix in some good shit with it.
Yeah.
But just seeing that thumbnail leaves an imprint on people, you know?
Well, I mean, to be fair to them, they probably feel the same way about drama.
You think drama could be maybe people got brought in because of drama, you know? I feel like saying that the comics are worth zero money is worse than a YouTuber battling another YouTuber. Like that's
Yeah,
somewhat entertaining.
right. Yeah, because in the end, we want the hobby to succeed.
Yeah, we want the fucking. I want all these things to be great. You know, I want to say floppies are going to keep selling more. I want to say
Yeah.
the back issues are worth more than ever. You know, and I don't think we can't get there. You know, I knew pockets were going to tighten up this year and people might change their opinions and shit, but I never would have thought that we would accept people saying like back issues ain't worth shit. Like I'm not accepting that.
No, well, I mean, a lot of it is. We know that though, but it is what it is. We've always known as collectors. The moment you buy that book for $3.99, $4.99, you go home, it ain't worth $3.99, $4.99 anymore.
Yeah.
Right? It's like buying a car. Take it
Yeah.
out, take it out the lot, the price automatically drops. Now let me ask you this: what if if let's just say Marvel really cared about us, the consumers, they would lower the price, but they're not going to do it because I believe they're catering to our generation right now, and they know that a lot of us want our floppies, and we're going to bitch and complain about it, but we're going to pay that $3.99, that $4.99. We're going to get that 1 in 100 or 1 in 50, and it's going to feed the machine in the second market and all that. We're going to get on here on YouTube and we're going to talk about it and blah blah blah. Right? They know that if they drop the prices, imagine what that would do for the younger people, not us old forts, whatever, old guys. The younger middle school, high school type kids can't afford to buy comics, bro, unless their mom and dad got money.
I can't think of anything worse to do to shit on the industry than say the books are worthless. Let's legitimately sit here and think for a second. Is there anything a YouTuber could do to kill the comic book industry? What would be the number one thing?
Say that, yeah,
they're worth nothing. I can't think of anything worse than that. I really can't.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying there probably is something worse than that. I just don't know what it is right now. Like that's the only thing I can think of.
That's true. Yeah,
that's like that's like the most backwards. And then the people say they got fucking grails behind them and shit. I'm an expert. I got all these books and it's going down.
Fucking like Swaggle Hoss has got some decent shit back there. What a fucking Emmy, but it's doom and gloom. That's why Alan is positive, bro. Alan's got fuck it, you know what Alan's got in his back wall, but he's positive within it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you,
At least fucking journos had some shit that I could at least be like, oh, that makes sense. But some
with journal,
when I watch Swaggle, he just gives you the market report and says this is how much it is, and it's less than it was then,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
cool.
he's
It
giving
just
the
don't match
numbers.
the title. It don't match the title to me.
I don't really watch
And the
Swaggle.
guy's nice. Like he's nice as fuck. Like I seen him doing a Christmas giveaway the other day and shit like that, you know. But
Yeah, I don't, I don't really watch Swaggle like that, bro. I know he's been around. I know he does good content. I just don't really watch.
I feel bad. I feel bad about bringing him up. Like I don't want him to think like I just shit on Swaggle. It's just
I
I
don't I don't
literally
I don't I don't think
I don't
he.
want to shit on the guy. I just literally just typed in YouTube cash and and I know it's my algorithm because I watch him. Probably brought him up. But it's the first two things you see, dude. See
Hold
him
on.
and what's his name? Slippery, Sticky Goose. Yeah, him and Sticky.
I fuck Sticky Goose. I disagree. GT Key. I think the Alien books, if you're talking about the ones that currently they just did, those are fire.
Yeah, a lot of
I
people like him. Yeah,
Yeah, those are good, and those are not PG-13, bro. Those people are getting nobody lives. Spoiler alert: nobody. One person will survive in all those Alien books. I think they're excellent, and the Predator books.
I feel like one of these days I'll be on a panel with Swaggle and I'll get to ask him like, I mean, if any of you guys don't like what I'm saying, like that I talk about, I drop a link in my chat and everybody's always welcome to hop
I
on panel.
respect that, GT. I mean, so I'm assuming you read them, and if you did and you didn't like them, I gotta respect that. You know,
Yeah, that's like me. Like I'm here saying like I don't like this thing. I could choose to not watch it, or I could choose to not read it, and I could not talk
right.
about it. And but
Not a horror book. GTK, I disagree, bro. What about when they sent the whole droids to the one planet, just so they could bring back because the xenomorphs know they're not human. They can't do nothing with them, so they can bring back that egg. I disagree. They don't survive. I think, dude. There was okay. So check this out, Biggie. The Wayland Corporation sends religious folks to say politically, okay, that religion, whatever's going on here, we can't have it. We're going to give you your own planet, and the Wayland Utani sends them to a xenomorph infested fucking planet, just so the xenomorph could
what
take out.
is there something different? I've read some new aliens.
It's a different. I started Alien Valley one.
Dude, the old aliens is just like these aliens. Like, there's not a
Well,
ton.
I have a lot of that, but I didn't read it.
Oh,
I
it's
find
no
it,
different,
buy it,
dude.
put it in my box. So I can't compare, right? I just don't feel that
Yeah.
they're PG-13 because nobody lives. They all die.
Oh, it was a PG-13 type of book. Okay, no, no,
But,
no.
but they're getting
He's, he might be right about a small part of aliens, but there's other issues though. GT.
I think he's well, GT is referring to the current. I think GT is
No, he's saying 2019, 2020.
yeah, Biggie,
No,
that's
but
right.
there's shit since then, after 2020.
Oh, Dark Horse is a horror story. I got a lot of that GT, and I have it in boxes, but
I
I just
remember
found
when
it.
aliens first came back and they were on every variant and shit, and it was a
Yeah,
pretty basic story, but I think they've gotten a little more hardcore as of late.
I liked them from the rip. I thought that they were good. He said like yes, the current aliens is not horror. I I
What the
disagree, but
fuck would you call it? What would you call it, GT Key?
maybe he'd call it sci-fi. I don't know.
Oh, okay, sci-fi. Yeah, sure.
I disagree. I think there's gore in it enough to make it horror because
Probably not as much gore as the original. You know, the original black and white or whatever the fuck, they were pretty gory. I forget how they came in the format, but
it was speaking of big time YouTubers. Swaggle is having I, I think McClay, uh Mighty Collectibles, and some other people I didn't recognize. I don't know if he's gonna have them all at one time, but I think tomorrow he's gonna have them. I'm gonna check that out.
yeah, maybe. McClay always tells me I could hop on one of these days. If he ever has another open panel, I might hop on. So I just like to talk to Swag, be like, "Yo, Swag, dude. You know,
Um,
you must have heard of me brought your name up at least once. Like, here I am, bro. Like, I gotta know, dog.
yeah. I don't know if Spargo. I don't know if I don't know if he watches all content.
Oh, he's probably seen some of the stuff I've said. I would guess some of his subs probably would have sent. You know, I don't say the worst things about him, but
Yeah,
it's a reoccurring thing with the market crashing. You know, it's a little interesting.
yeah.
He's probably only made 10 videos, but I fixate on shit. You know,
Swaggle. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched I watched the Goose interview, but that was horrible.
yeah,
I watched one video the other like a few weeks ago. It was actually pretty good, but I just it's just Swaggle. I
the
think it's
problem.
just
The
not for
problem.
me. I'd rather watch Mighty Collectibles. I like that guy. I
The
like
problem with fucking Sticky's interviews is he don't stick to a question.
bro. Sticky don't even know how to interview, bro.
No, he jumps all over the place. He lets shit go. Like, just fucking think a little bit, you know?
That one video, bro, what he says, oh my god, bro. He's like, my wife will buy you. My wife will buy you. And he does like this fake laugh and he looks at the camera. I'm like, dude, you like you've crashed out. Like, you took a hard fall, bro. You might as well keep pandering for peace, do other content because I think I don't know, dude. He's just a piece of shit, really. But I mean, it's funny. He's really, really funny.
Yeah, yeah. You could take a sound bite from him every day of him saying something fucking ridiculous, but
What he complains about the most recently, farming him for views when bitch, that's exactly what you did when you did the roast. And you can't come back and say we're doing it to you when you did it, right? So that's not gonna work. I don't know, dude, but
oh,
I
the
don't know.
VP video, dude. I agree with him on that video because he's the guy he was talking about. That guy was a scumbag, dude. He was like, I sold a digital comic for 5K.
Biggie. But here's the way I look at it. That's not even our lane. Them dudes are doing whatever they're doing, and we stay in our pocket. So, hey, if you're hustling, I don't pocket watch. If you're hustling, get it, bro. I don't care, right? I don't think they're over here worried about what our community, our multiverses are doing, right? But
Okay.
we have a guy that he allegedly likes to beef and battle and engage and all this, blah, blah, blah. They got beat up in multiple multiverses over here.
He's changing fucking worlds because he knows everybody here knows you suck in this shit. So you gotta go somewhere else and try it. And
And you still lose.
he's still fucking
And
losing.
you
That's
still
true.
lose. And then because you roasted people that you shouldn't have, trolls like me have risen to fucking light off on you. And I see that, and I'm gonna spread it on our multiverse, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna like, hey guys, you see this fucking crash dummy? You know what I mean? Look at this motherfucker over here messing with NFTs. And then he gets mad because they pulling out fucking, I don't know what kind of car it was, Lamborghini. I don't know what the fuck it was. And you know what he says? But your house is small. Who gives a fuck if it's a $200,000 car that's paid for and you want to judge the house? That's
I
how lame
mean,
you are, dude.
it's one of those things where we all got opinions. Like, I don't like titty books. I don't
Okay.
like the brand new Poison Ivy, uh, fucking Peach Momoko cover. I
Yeah,
just don't.
I don't like titty books either,
Yeah,
bro.
so for me, when I see a fucking NFT book, a digital book, and it gets sold for more than $5, I think it's a fucking joke. That's just my opinion.
That's fine. Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't even pay attention to none of it because it's not in my lane.
I mean, I'm glad that they're making money and they're doing all that shit or whatever the fuck they're doing, but it seems to me like it's kind of a scummy thing,
Yeah, well, look at synthetics. He said NFTs are scams. Scams should be called out, and I respect that opinion. I do. I just don't really know exactly. I've heard of it. I don't really care. I don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm not in that lane. I'd rather talk about sports than that fucking shit. I don't know anything about it. I just think it's lame that you would go over there to engage because you can't engage over here because you'll get beat up verbally. You know what I mean? So it's not it. That's how I feel that desperate on him. And I so that guy did a video reaction. I commented it, and he responded back, and then he did a live while I was at work, and we did it back and forth. And I let it be known because I know Daniel. I think I know Daniel more than anybody really in our multiverse knows Daniel. I know he watches everything. So I like, oh hey, his name ain't Sticky, it's Daniel. He doesn't deserve whatever, whatever, whatever. And dude was like, oh yeah, thanks for that, man. Nice to know, Daniel. Okay, right? And he watches, dog. Daniel watches, especially when he's engaging with who he believes is his opponent. So he's gonna watch and he's gonna read the comments, and then he'll see people from. Well, he's not from our multiverse, bro. Yeah, he is. I take that from him.
He's
So
from something. Yeah.
he's from over here, bro. We it is what it is. So he'll see people from his multiverse, and it'll be like, "Oh, you fucking troll, you piece of shit," or "Look at this motherfucker," whatever, whatever, whatever. And then you know what? If he doesn't engage anymore with this guy, it's interesting. It's interesting if he doesn't, which he hasn't responded back to him. So I don't. If you don't respond by Monday, it's another. It's another ass whooping. You know what I mean?
I like Shikari books. Is that like manga?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I guess it's all good. I'm not going to get too worked up about it. I just wanted to make sure people know that my opinion, which is not a fact, is that back issues are always going to be worth a lot of money. And as a matter of fact, comics are very expensive. Look at what Steppo just did. He just got a fucking Captain America 1. I can promise you that was not worthless. So,
the books some of the books that you pulled out last night. Yeah. See, Bleeker, I agree. Bleeker, I don't not that I agree. I just don't know enough. I don't. It's not.
I can't make it a fact. Maybe you could buy a fucking NFT comic and sell it, and make money. You know, it might have some value to it, but for me, I don't think it's worth shit either. Yeah, I don't want it.
But it has a market, and that's them. Hey, kudos. Just like me selling those Blu-rays at 28 weeks later and 28 days later, there's a market for that. There's a market for everything. I could probably sell that G.I. Joe little battle fucking whatever it is. DVD battles. There's a market for it, right?
Yeah.
But I think comics for right now are okay. They're gonna survive. But I do agree with journals in the long run. I think they are in danger. And if the generations after us don't latch on enough to spend like we do, comics are in trouble in the long run. I think right now they're good because we're good, and maybe a little bit of millennials. But what about after millennials, bro? Later millennials, whatever those motherfuckers are. Because I tell you what, those motherfuckers are lazy to work in the workforce. I tell you that. So if they like comics and they don't want to work, they ain't buying comics. And they're so digital, they're so tablet, computer savvy because they get taught computers and all that in school. Why should they read a fucking comic book or a novel when they could just get it off their tablet, bro?
And they're going to, yeah. If they get into any kind of comic book shit, it's probably going to be digital. They'll probably get it on an app. They ain't going to buy physical. That's all facts. Yeah.
The moment DC, Marvel, and all those people realize floppies aren't cutting it and we're wasting money, and we see it somewhat of a consistent in digital, whatever that would be, fuck it. Let's even lower them. Let's lessen the print run and make these motherfuckers go to digital.
I don't know that even if okay, I feel like when you talk about house money.
Yeah.
So the licensing just to be DC and Marvel, they're gonna make money every year profitable even without their fucking floppy sales.
Yeah.
Like just from games and
toys,
TV shows and toys. Toys is probably the biggest, I think, for both of them is toys. Maybe licensing for shows and movies, but I feel like the comic books just them like keeping it real. Like we make comic books too. So even if they take a L, they're gonna keep pumping comic books. You know, just until everything dries up, I think we'll have comic book floppies. So maybe once the media stops wanting to fuck with superhero shit, then that'll be a big
Oh,
problem.
yeah. I think we do need to think the MCU and the fucking garbage Snyderverse and whatever. Hopefully, DC gets it right because that's probably keeping it. And
Oh yeah.
everything optioned on Netflix and any shows, that's probably keeping it alive a little bit.
Oh, it's their backbone right now. The
Right.
licensing's the backbone, and the fucking floppies ain't what pays DC and Marvel, dude. Like 40,000, you know, how many? Maybe a million of everything a fucking week. Like that ain't making nothing for them. That's
Well,
nothing.
I've heard my former LCS tell me that what keeps his shop somewhat safe is all the magic, bro. All the magic, all that, whatever it is they do, whatever it is they game, yeah. Those selling those boxes and all that, and having those people play there, like after they're closed, it gives them some revenue. Without that, he says he would order less books. Like, cause there's times where at the time, like I was the only one buying Captain Marvel from him, or maybe there's a few guys only buying this certain type of book.
Print will eventually die because that's the way of the future, but floppies will always be desired. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like vinyls, bro. I agree. I agree.
there's no way floppies won't. Matter of fact, I was telling the chat like the lower the print run, the more dickheads like us want to get them, especially if something happens to them and if it's a series we like. Look at Spawn. In the late 100s and mid 250s, dude, those are the ones everybody wants because they're
Yeah,
the fucking lowest print run there was. That Spawn almost died. Like nobody was. I think they had print runs of like 1,000 or two at one point.
yeah.
Yeah, so those are the ones everybody fucking wants, though. You know, it's like
Right.
there's always going to be assholes like us that are like, oh shit, that was something nobody could get. Let's get that. You know, so
Well, yeah. Like I said, I am. You know me, I'm a troll. So yeah, I already got jokes when I'm buying floppies. Like, if I even hear anybody say, "Oh fuck, I need bags and boards," oh fuck, I don't.
yeah, I don't blame you. You're going to have your big books and you're going to read digitally, so that's cool, man. You do have, and I
Oh,
don't have a problem with that. You're just cutting down the excess. I got way too many books too, but I'm saving up for a monster. You know, like if I get that X-Men 1, dude, I would love to go for the FF1 next, but it's going to take a fucking long time. It might be a 2-year project for me. You know, I'm poor.
and those are good books to have.
Yeah,
And
the more I collect, the more I want bigger books to have to make more sense of this shit.
so
You know, like
imagine if you were reading like me, or spending like me almost every week, every 2 weeks. It'd be hard to get that X-Men book.
yeah, no, I only spend 10 to
Right.
20 bucks a fucking week. Dude, my weekly pool is what makes me look at back issues. If it wasn't for my weekly pool and me having to pick my shit up, I probably wouldn't even go look to buy like a back issue. So I've cut down a lot in the last month or two. Like I've only got my new comic book day books. I've got the keys I know about, and I don't
Yeah.
even pressure my LCS to bring out new books because I got to make a move in a couple months, and I'm overstocked. Like I got plenty.
Yeah.
4K seems like a lot of money, but honestly, like it depends on how you go about it. You know what I mean? Like I could get that probably pretty quick as long as I put a lot of effort into it, or it could take me a long time if I want to sell a lot of small shit. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't want to be that fucking guy that I had to sell my Hulk 2 and my Avengers 1 to get an X-Men 1. I don't want to fucking do that. I
Ah,
want
that's
yeah,
going backwards.
yeah, I want to fucking sell my Bartman 1 and my fucking,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like some fucking tiny, my first Bishop or some shit, you know?
That's why I got some full runs on my eBay shit. If they sell when they sell, they sell. Don't rush. You know, um, today I'm tired, but I at least get the listing for the X-Men. I'm gonna put that up tomorrow, take the pictures, and we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it'd be fun following you on that, man. I think you should put the price about where
We
we
talked about.
Yeah, probably about 5 or 4K just to see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
Um,
convinced more that could have been Fugazi. That 5500 cell.
I don't know though. You didn't tell me it was high. Those two big keys were high grade, bro.
Yeah, they are. They well, I mean, the 101. Well, it's press. You could press it out, or you could press. It'll help. A press would help it. And again, the rest of the books only um a picture of 4 books. But like Bleeker said last night, if that guy knows what to look for, and I enlarged it, and they look good. They did. So
If the fucking 94 and the 101 are like 80 pluses, shit, that's like 3 or 4K your money right there, bro.
yeah, yeah. But
I don't
but
know. I don't know though. I didn't see what
I,
they look like.
yeah, it don't matter. I know mines are mid to low grade, bro. To be fair,
Yeah,
but
but you have a couple hundred more issues too.
yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
so I feel
It,
like
it,
you
would,
that
it,
makes up for it being
it
mid
would
grade.
eliminate all these 1, 2, 3. I think 4. These 4 short boxes. That giant size of 234, 235 to 370, 371 to 514. Why
Damn.
514? Oh, 514 because it goes into like the 600s or whatever that is. So down biggie, it's only really 3 short boxes. Actually, that's not.
It don't
That's
sound like 300 bucks to me. It sounds like about
well, oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Yeah, yeah. What am I doing? 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fuck, like $600,
okay.
600 bucks or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man. Yeah, no, it'll be good. From 94 up to almost 500 is what you're saying.
yeah. Because it's what's the last issue?
I think it's like 560 something. I don't know. I've had the last issue before.
Yeah,
I
well,
had 2 copies of it.
it breaks up. So oh, it goes into
Last
what,
issue of Uncanny X-Men. It's a little different than
509. Oh, actually, yeah, it does go. It does go to this box. I know. I'm showing my guns right now. Oh, I had it backwards. 515. You know, I like to show my guns. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
motherfuckers be trying mentioning my wife. And get the fucking mouth popped. Let's
Oh,
see.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, them
Yeah,
fuckers.
well, we don't got. Yeah. Let's see. 544. Final issue.
544. That sounds about. Yeah, that's it. That's the final issue. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think after that, it goes to. I don't know if it's after this. I don't have it technically in order, but it goes to. This is the 2013 1 to 35 X-Men. Oh yeah, 600 an annual. And then I think it's another one. And then I think it's the Rosenberg. No, so after that, if you remember, it's Extermination.
I had Extermination where Cable dies. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's the Holiday, and then it goes into the Rosenberg run. I'll keep that, bro. This I don't know if anybody read the Rosenberg run.
I like
Wait,
Extermination. I thought that was good.
yeah. Um,
The one before they turned to Hickman was good too. I don't know who did it, but before Hickman got on, I thought that was going well.
yeah, that Fitch.
The Fitch? Oh, that's a Fitch, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember who was on it before Hickman, but they just stopped it, and Hickman started, and everybody was like, "Oh, Hickman run, Hickman run." I'm like, "This shit is trash."
yeah, yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I think we'll get out of here, man. I got
Yeah,
a
bro.
phone call and shit. I appreciate you hopping on.
Always, dog. You know how
Yep,
it is. You know you're my road dog.
yep. I appreciate you trying to take him out. I feel like you did win, but it was a hard win to get.
Yeah, no, you know I wanted to win for us.
Yeah, man, it would have been good. You did good, dude.
Yeah.
You did good.
All right.
at the least a tie, but you know they got it. Congratulations to the Hunt.
Yeah, they should put a mod to count the votes in the chat. That way, the mod could be like, okay, guys, this is the vote right here, and give it to the judge.
Yeah,
I mean, because he's trying to go back and look, and we're all trying to go back and look. There's 6 people on there talking. Something could have got missed. You know what I mean?
my opinion don't mean the final of anything. They're other people's opinion. They could think an opposite way, you know, and
Yeah.
I can't know what they saw exactly just from what I seen, you know. So, thanks for talking to me about the how many people have said comic books are going to die this year. It's just a fucking reoccurring thing. It was very heavy this year with people saying that shit. Like the comic market crash. It was very big.
I think there's number. It only takes for one person to do something that we all can discuss and put our own twist on it, and that's probably what happens. I think Journo's he's been around for a minute and he's polarizing. People love him or don't like him, and so you know what I mean. It comes off different when he's from him, but he had valid arguments, debates, if you know. So I tend to agree, not because I like his content, but I tend to agree. I've felt that way for a minute. But I like where you're coming from because it's like you don't want to see the hobby die. None of us want to see the hobby die. We wish it was healthy to where this wouldn't even be a topic of conversation. But when there's numbers to prove that it's it could go south, I mean that's gotta you gotta respect that.
It's a confusing thing. It's like if you just look at floppies are not being successful, then okay, that makes sense. But when you think of the brand as a whole, they are successful. They're turning a profit all the time with their marketing and all this shit. So I can't say that floppies are getting a fair treatment. I don't know what the fuck to say about it. You know, like they probably ain't performing as well as before, but the brand is. So I don't know how they're gonna. I feel like if you're gonna take down floppies, the rest of the shit's got to die too, and that's gonna be harder than just taking out floppies. They can get down to 1,000 prints as long as they print a fucking book. They still have them. So I just don't see it going away. You know, like until everything else is dead, they'll be fucking floppies. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it'll take a minute before it's over, bro. I think
It's gonna take a lot.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna get on out of here. See y'all tomorrow on church. See y'all later, dude.
Later.
Big Biggie. Biggie.